Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's restaurant networking group, 9 a.m. on June the 13th. And
Friday 13th.
we are a group of vendors who are here to help each other grow our businesses. I'm Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of today's restaurant. And if you are a restaurant owner, manager, or chef and have a problem that you're having trouble dealing with and you need some help, please feel free to give us a call or come to one of our meetings and pick the brains of our experts. We've got hundreds of years of experience in business, and so we might be able to help you. And if we can't, we know who can. So give us a call at 561 620 8888 or go to our website at trnusa.com. And if you want to see some of the videos, we have over 470 videos on our YouTube channel. And if you want to see that, you can go to our website and there's a tab that says YouTube and just click on that. They'll take you right to it. So good morning, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to
Morning.
welcome a new face on the board this morning, Matthew McIntyre. Matthew, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself to everybody so that we know what you do.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. My name is Matthew McIntyre. I'm the owner of a hospitality company called McKarls Libations. We focus on elevated mobile bartending, like the Players Club at TPC, the Masters, and other high-end events. We also do brand ambassador work for different brands, liquor brands, CBD, non-alcoholic, cookware, etc. And our biggest thing is we do consulting work for restaurants who are newly opening or who are looking for a new cocktail menu, sake menu, wine menu. We can help them get through that.
And how can we reach you?
So my cell is 904-325-3307. My email is matt@mckarlslibations.com, McKarlsLibations, and mckarlslibations.com.
And where are you located?
I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, but we service all of Florida and we service the majority of the United States as well.
Great. I've got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
There seems to be a trend now for non-alcoholic beverages. Are you finding that in the events you're doing?
Well, not only the events, but I work closely with a lot of restaurants and bars, and the non-alcoholic sphere is going to be about 12 to 18% of your average cocktail menu. A lot of people are a little bit more health conscious now, especially with like the FDA cracking down on, alcohol actually being bad for you and being cancerous. So CBD products and NA products, you're going to see a lot more non-alcoholic drinks on menus in the future, in my opinion.
When I was at the NRA show, there was an awful lot of cannabis-based drinks. You have that also?
Yeah, we do that. We're in Florida, so we're okay right now, but like I'm pretty sure our legislature is going into a way where we won't be as easy to promote that. It's already kind of difficult, but I think we're going to do something similar to Texas from what I've heard. But right now we are good to do samplings, but we can't like really promote it. That's like you can't like put like a poster on there and say we're doing like a cannabis class and stuff. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
And it's a whole market, a whole topic that we haven't even touched on here, the beverage industry.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
taking over swiftly. First it was like the RTD drinks, and now it's the THC CBD drinks.
yeah.
Guys, I've seen Matthew and his partner Sarah in action, and they made a non-alcoholic mocktail that was incredible at an event I went to. Speaking of non-alcoholic drinks, and then I've seen some of their liquor menus at some of the restaurants here in Jacksonville, St. Augustine area. Very creative, very tasteful,
Hmm.
great recipes. So if you have restaurant owners that want to refresh their cocktail offering, get them in touch with Matthew. He'll do a great job.
Well, I'm looking at the board, and just in this small group, I can see two people on the board right now that are going to be a tremendous contact for you. So I'm going to ask them to start. I'm going to ask Jeremy. Jeremy brought you, and we appreciate that, Jeremy. Why don't you start us off so that Matthew can see what we do.
Sure. So Jeremy Carson with Worksite HR. We are a family-owned PEO. What that means is we handle your payroll, benefits, work comp, and HR. We handle the whole back of the house. I'm looking to meet restaurant owners with 10 or more employees with tipped employees. Because typically when they have tipped employees, I can reduce or eliminate their payroll fees and workers' comp fees altogether. So just want to give you a quick example. I just signed a 3-location Peterbrook chocolatier. The owner has 3 locations. They don't accept tips, and I still saved them $9,800, guys, over ADP simple payroll. So they're getting a full service back office for $9,800 less than what they're paying now. I didn't have to go cut any pricing. I literally put in the pricing in our system, and it came up with a $9,800 savings. Because we have discounts on state unemployment, we have discounts on workers' comp, we don't charge for EPLI. So we definitely can do a great job whether they have tips or not, but I do want to meet restaurant owners that have tips. So one of the big ones for me right now is a couple location Biggie's Pizza here in Jacksonville. If anyone knows them, it is going to be Steve or Gazmir is the name. Those are the names I was given by the people at one of the locations. So I'd love the introduction to Biggie's Pizza here in Jacksonville. They have a couple of locations. I also like to get in some higher end places like the Ice Plant, Columbia, especially, any franchise restaurant would be great. Thanks, guys. My phone number is 904-295-5110. You can reach me at jeremy@worksitehr.com.
Okay, great. And thanks again for bringing Matthew. I'm going to go right to Ed because I think Ed and Matthew might have a symbiotic relationship somewhere.
Symbiotic. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Big words,
word.
Howard.
I had a
I
whole
like
week I
that,
worked
Howard.
on
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You must be educated down there. Okay. My name is Ed Gerton with Seacoast Sales, located in sunny Orange Park, Florida, which is just outside of Jacksonville. We're an equipment supply company that specializes in frozen dessert equipment. So we have ice cream machines and batch freezers, vertical and horizontal, from Carpigiani and BGI Industries. We have display cases from ISA and GTI Design. We have mixed drink machines from V-Air. We do hot chocolate machines. We do, Pasto Master. So anyway, you can reach me at 904-334-4489 and have a good day. Matthew, there's probably some things we can work on.
yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely.
Yeah, that drink machine that you have, that's like the frozen cocktails. Can that be used for that?
Yeah, I mean,
the dream is,
oh, I was going to say,
Go ahead.
yeah, I mean, we do the frozen drinks all the time. In Florida, it's an easy sell, right?
All right, so you guys can talk one-on-one off camera. Let's go to Mel. Good morning, Mel.
Good morning. Good morning, Matthew. And Matthew,
morning.
welcome aboard. My background may be of interest to you. For 40 years, I was a grape grower, the nation's leading grower package shipper of Concord grapes and 19 other varieties. We grew in the Finger Lakes of New York, right on Seneca Lake. I'm not sure how familiar you are with the New York State wine industry. But I knew, the Marvin Sands, the Sands family, their sons Richard and Robbie, they first were Cannondale Wine Company, and then they became STZ, Constellation Brands.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, there's over 300 and some wineries we have in the Finger Lakes region, about 500 in the state. I know because I was in Lodi, in the heart of the Finger Lakes, I know most of the winery owners there and the wines they make and what have you. And the people on the island, on Long Island, who do the Reds, because they get about, on average, every day, 10 BTUs. They get more heat down there, so they can bring their red grapes to fruition better than where we up in the Finger Lakes do the whites. The Rieslings, the Chardonnays, and ice wines, what have you. So, if I could be of any help to you in any way regarding wine, and then give me a holler for New York. What I'm doing here is I was a retiree to about 5, 6 months ago, and one of my sons came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, we never brought pies, Concord grape pies, to America. Probably you never had a slice yourself of a Concord grape pie." And so that's what we're about doing. That's why I'm on the program over here, and we've come a long way in the 4 or 5 months we've been at it. We've developed great pies, great product, and now we developed it working through farmers markets, and now we're first reaching out to restaurants and uh, the rest of the market, country clubs, what have you. So I just wanted to say that. And also, Howard, I wonder if you could give me a hand here. Not with us today in our networking group is the gentleman, I unfortunately forgot his name, who helps buy and sell business. And I'd like to get his phone number again. And who is that again?
Steve Whitehill.
Steve Whitehill.
Pete. That's right. And if you could somehow send me later on or whatever, how I can get back in touch with him, I think I've got a good lead for him.
Okay.
So that's what I wanted to say this morning. Thank you.
I don't know where everybody is this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Did you give us your phone number, how we can reach you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, my number is 954-684-6881. I'm in Deerfield Beach, Florida, and the company that we have is the Concord Grape Pie Company.com, website. Thanks.
Hey, thank you. Brian, good
Morning.
morning.
How's everybody doing? Welcome, Matthew.
Thank you.
Yeah. Before I get started, Matthew, I was with Ed at the, I guess one of the very first shows of Florida that I went to, and we did something with the gelato ice cream. Remember? You put some, was it whiskey or bourbon in it?
Wait, if there was there was a group next to us that was selling some kind of alcohol. And at the end of the day, we said, "Hey, we can make a frozen cocktail." And they looked at us sort of funny. So we took out the freeze and go and we made frozen cocktails.
So it was pretty cool.
It was interesting. That's right.
Yeah.
But y'all don't even need me.
How many DUIs did you call?
It was interesting.
But again, I'm Brian with a company called Rogue Financial Group. We're a commercial equipment financing company. I primarily focus on the hospitality side, which is restaurants, bars, breweries. I am part of a group that I work on convenience stores also. I help with financing the convenience stores, primarily the equipment. But I'm in the hospitality side. I work from small to large projects. I do work with startups, and do work all over the country. Again, it is commercial equipment financing. Work with dealers, end users, consultants, things like that can help a restaurant grow their business. Again, I'm Brian with the Rogue Financial Group. I can be reached at 404-723-7222.
Okay, thank you. Rick, good morning.
Good morning, everybody, from sunny Huntsville, Alabama. I think I'm the furthest north of everybody here today. But it's good to be here back today. I don't believe I was here last Friday. If I was, I slept. So I apologize. Um, it's been a long week. My partner is in San Antonio, Texas with his wife. They flew out there Tuesday because their grandson graduated at Lakeland Air Force Base from boot camp. So he's getting ready to head off to school to learn about airport management. God bless his soul. But we are a independent insurance brokerage firm. We help individuals on the Medicare side, the prescription drug plan side, worksite benefits, and voluntary group benefits. Today, I want to focus real new on my new logo here. I've been a member of the National Association of Benefit Insurance Professionals now since 2020. And we are your advocate. If you are on any kind of healthcare plan, Obamacare, Medicare Advantage plan, Medicare supplement, we are your advocates. We are your voices to your legislative team. We lobby for a lot of stuff that the federal government either is for or against. One of the things that they're trying to do is they're trying to get rid of brokers. They believe that more individuals are going online, enrolling themselves. They believe call centers are the key. And so they don't believe that individual brokers are necessary. So that is one thing that we are fighting. And there are several people in this room right now that are my clients who would say, that's not true. I need my broker because yes, we do get paid, but the thing is we're also the guide. So we are your advocate. We are your voice to Washington, D.C., and also to your state legislators. I encourage everybody to please, please pay attention to this big, beautiful bill that is being introduced, that has passed the House. There is a lot of pork in it, but there's a lot of good stuff in it. There's a lot of scary stuff in it. If you have time to read 1,000 pages, go ahead. And if you can explain it to anybody, explain it to me, please, because I do the industry and I have trouble understanding it. But I can be reached at 256-746-9581. And I do appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you. Terry, good morning again.
Good morning and welcome, Matthew, again. Thank you, Jeremy, for certainly bringing him in. I think he could bring a lot to the table here. What myself and my team do are finding every month, every day, except for Sunday, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, anything food service related coming in to Florida from the Panhandle down to Key West. We scout out licenses, leads, and I bring you every month on the first week. The team puts them all together. I get them. You get them in the first week of the month. This is a lead sheet, a monthly lead sheet of restaurants. I'm sorry?
No,
Yeah, this is every month. It's an Excel spreadsheet. You get what the restaurant's name is, where they are in the construction, the owner's name, the email address, the phone numbers, about when they're opening, and then there's a section in the middle about the establishment. Some of them are 2 and 3 stories now. Somebody mentioned Big B's Coffee, and that's BIGGBY. I have them actually. I think I was in contact with someone there who sent me a PR release, and I got that personally, and that is I think we're doing a small article on that, them coming into the northern part of the state, yet another coffee chain. So if anybody wants a sample, a lot of people get them, especially in the 11 o'clock group. I have more than half the people in that group that get it. And, they comment on all the sales that they get from that. At any rate, if you want a sample, email me, Terry@trnus.com, and I'm happy to send you a sample. Not going to have the email addresses, but it will have, oh, there's Steve. Steve, someone's got something for you. Anyways, happy Friday the 13th. Matthew, I'm happy to send you a sample. All the people you're trying to reach, I have on that sheet. I guarantee 50, and I'm almost going to 60 brand new leads every month. That is not counting the ones that have just opened at the top of the line, which is very well laid out. You can sort them by city, by zip, however you'd like, but that is second to none, honestly, anywhere in the U.S. Companies that renew year after year. And the first one on that group is the Florida Restaurant Association. They get a lot of their new restaurants joined from there. And we are very, very well treated by them. Let's just put it that way. They're bend over backward to help us with anything we need. So just wanted to put a little mention in there as they do see the video. So everybody have a good weekend.
Okay, Steve, you got here just in time.
Well, I apologize to everybody for being late. I got caught up watching what's going on in Israel, so I apologize for that.
Mel wants to talk to you. He's got a lead for you. So,
I want to talk to Mel as well. So,
all right, so it's your turn to do the intro. You came right on time.
I am Steve Whitehill. I am a business broker. I help people buy and sell all sorts of business, including restaurants. And I have a client right now looking to buy one or more, and he has discovered one in Fort Lauderdale that he's put an offer in on. I'm just going to tell you about it. Can't tell you very much more that because it's confidential, but it's an Italian restaurant, and I'm fumfering only because I'm trying to look it up and give you the baseline information. It's an Italian restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. It's on Commercial Boulevard. It does in 24 did $1 million in gross revenue, and on that the owner's profit was $315,000. That restaurant is SBA financeable. It's selling for $975,000. So he can get essentially $315,000 of income, essentially only putting in just under $100,000 to buy it. And there is a possibility, because he owns a restaurant, that I could actually get him 100% financing, which means he wouldn't even have to put that in. So it's amazing what you can do with lending, and if you find a good operation, and if you're a good restaurateur, you can make a lot of money in this business. Anyway, that's just an example of what's available. Steve Whitehill, Anchor Business Brokers, and I can be reached at 561-376-7500, and my email address is steve@anchorbb.com. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, can I say, Terry, real quick, have you ever heard of City Barbecue?
Yes,
They're opening their first one here in Alabama in Huntsville.
I know. Thank you.
You know what? One of these days, I'm going to be one step ahead of you.
Oh, but keep trying.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty good product. They're actually out of Dublin, Ohio.
When we were in Chicago last summer, we had it, and we were very impressed with it.
Yeah.
But just with at least in that stretch, we've got 4 chicken restaurants. At least it's not another chicken restaurant. It's barbecue.
Barbecue is always better. So.
All right, I'm going to do my intro because I rarely do it. So my name's Howard Appel. I'm the founder and publisher of Today's Restaurant, and we've been publishing since 1996. We started in print, and in 2018, we became a digital publication, and our newspaper is on our homepage on the website. And there's articles and advertising in that newspaper. And because we became digital, we were able to add additional services to what we do. One being an email blast marketing program where we can take your information and send it out to our contacts and we can reach almost a 500,000 people with our social media, database, and our readership. And we do Terry's Restaurant Leads Report, and of course, our networking groups. So if you'd like to reach us, give us a call at 561-620-8888. And I want to double back to Matthew. If there's anything you want to add or change, or
I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable in my introduction. I feel like everyone knows what I do. Ed, I sent you a message. Mel, I sent you one too. And then Brian and Terry, I'll reach out to you guys separately. I'd love to connect with y'all as well.
Okay.
Great.
Thanks.
Mel, you wanted to say something to Steve. Steve?
you can do it offline.
You're on mute, Mel.
Mel's on mute anyway.
Well, I tried to see you at the in Boca a couple of Sundays ago, and I should have realized the farmers market is only open in the morning. I got there after lunch, and by that time everybody was gone. You're still on mute, so we can't hear you.
Steve, if you wouldn't mind, because I had a topic I wanted to discuss today, and when you came in, you said you were delayed because you were watching what was going on in Israel. Could you bring us up to date?
Well, I mean, they were just what happened last night is what happened last night. That hasn't changed,
Right.
except they killed off. I knew they killed off one of the big guys, but they
Yeah.
actually killed off 4 senior military officials. So they killed basically, as I understand it, everybody but the head of the government in terms of the very top level.
The Ayatollah.
The Ayatollah, right? Which I'm a little surprised, but I really do understand why they didn't try to do that.
I'm sure it's in the works.
Well, not necessarily. You need someone to talk to at the end of the day. And but I think he's one of those guys you can never talk to. So
Yeah.
you're probably more right than I am.
You know,
that's
what I heard this morning,
Oh, and,
the
yeah,
Mossad
yeah.
pulled off something really amazing, like they did with the beepers.
Oh yeah, beepers in the phones.
They brought in munitions into Iran for drones, and they actually launched drone attacks from within Iran.
That's right. I meant to say that. That's about what I was going to interrupt and say. A lot of what was done yesterday was done from within Iran by Israeli intelligence.
Howard, that just shows the world how weak Iran really is, that they can allow them to be infiltrated like that. I mean, because they said that they were going to, I was listening to the news, they said if they were to fly a drone from Israel to Iran or back and forth, it would take over 8 hours. Okay, just to fly a drone. And then for them to be able to infiltrate that far away under nobody knows it's there to me, it just proves how strong the IDF really is.
Well, it's not only that there were drones there, but they actually had people on the ground.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, they were able to infiltrate and get into that country. As secure, supposedly, as that country is, just proves, because they were saying on the news this morning that without their proxy groups, Iran wouldn't be able to survive. They depend too much on their proxy groups, and they're getting the money from the proxy groups to be able to build the weapons, supposed weapons.
Hey, Rick, I'm gonna say I think this country and a lot of other countries are very susceptible to drone attacks right now because it's relatively new technology, and I would bet you that you can get a drone into this country, you can make one, and you can attack a lot of infrastructure, and no one will ever know it.
That's true.
Yep, I agree. We're just as susceptible.
Yeah, but we can't. Yeah, but we can't shoot down a balloon crossing the country, right?
No, we chose not to.
We chose not.
What is in the ocean? It was great. It was fair game, apparently.
And all that went away. All those drone sightings went away. It just went away. Thousands of them all over.
But that was clustered around New York City, northern New Jersey.
Just went away. Nobody shot them. Nobody knows who they are. The government cover-ups. Nobody knew anything.
We had a member in the 11 o'clock group who was based in Jersey, and he was a witness to those sightings, the lights in the sky.
Yes.
And nobody knew what they were really.
See, if it was down south, someone would take a pot shot at those.
It's crazy.
You don't have it in rural Florida. Don't have a drone go by because somebody will take a pot shot at that drone very quickly.
Yep.
Sure. I'm amazed that it hasn't happened already.
It's because they don't like guns in Jersey.
Well,
I heard it was realtors trying to get nighttime shots of the houses they're trying to sell.
The topic that I wanted to bring up really can hook onto what we just discussed. Over the last couple of weeks, several companies and people that I've spoken to have been talking about how slow or how every business just sort of stopped. Everything sort of stopped over the last couple of weeks. I don't know whether it's because of politics or world events, but this certainly isn't going to help it. But what are your thoughts on it? What do you see? Is it school being out? Is it kids going to camp? What's the reason for the slowdown?
The slowdown where? I'm sorry, Howard.
What's that?
What the slowdown for where?
Business in general has seems to have come to a halt. I don't know if that's across the board. Certain industries, I'm sure, are busy. But Matt, what do you feel? You see, I mean, you're getting bookings.
Well, I mean, transparency is important. This is the weakest year for the wedding industry, which we do a lot of work in. Like, that's not just me saying that, that's like a group of people in our field. They all agree to that. I definitely feel like people are hesitant right now. They don't really know what to expect in the future. And we deal with a lot of high-end clientele, and I will say that nothing's really changed with them, but like the lower, like, like weddings and private parties, I haven't been getting as much of those. So I'm not sure. It just feels like it's like a weird time in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just read an article yesterday that caterers are looking for talking about increases in their business in weddings and events like that, the formalized. So maybe that's coming.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I have a theory that people are traveling more because we haven't traveled and taken more vacations because we haven't done that in quite a few years. And I think they feel economically more secure. I'm not sure they're making more money. That I'm just don't know. It could be, but I think that's the case because it's dead all around. The other thing that's interesting to me that sort of corresponds to this, but in opposite direction. In my world, businesses are being gobbled up quickly, as a rule.
Really?
I doubled the price on one of my listings, literally doubled it. I mean, with justification. It wasn't because we got up one morning and thought we should get twice as much. But, and I got like within the week, 15 or 20 inquiries on it. Now that I figured it would drop dead, it's much more expensive, yada, yada, yada. It just, people just went to it. It's really funny.
And yet every day you read articles about businesses, big businesses, going Chapter 11.
Yeah.
Restaurant chains dropping like flies,
Yeah.
furniture chains, clothing chains, they're all going
And
out of
and
business.
and by the way, that may be a cause of why people are buying businesses because that means that you have a lot of senior executives who know how to operate a business with some cash.
Right.
Now say, what do I do? And decide it's an opportunity to
Yeah.
buy something. Just guessing.
Um, Kind of like what Matthew said. I guess people are changing. I guess correct me if wrong, Matthew. Got less alcoholic drinks are going up.
Correct. That is correct.
So I think there's a lot of factors. There's one I'm working with a chain out of California called Blue Onyx, and they have they're opening up a new concept in New York called Java Fix, and everything's going to be gluten free type of thing. They also have a called Idle Hour Bakery. So a lot of things, I guess gluten free, changing things. Other factors I see, a younger generation, maybe like I have a kid that's 24, likes to drink bubble tea. Not like that. It's not me, but I think the way people are eating today, I think also there's other factors I see, and um, I seeing that I'm in the finance side, I can get people approved, and then all of a sudden they kind of go dark on me, and then things happen, they decide not to do it, or these things, a lot of times they see stuff on TV and they think they can get a better rate somewhere else. As we know, we're all on the restaurant side, is is a volatile industry, and sometimes it depends. People, just I know a lot of banks are getting a little edgy about financing restaurants, but it's still out there. But like I said, it's just, things have changed, people's appetite, um, just a lot of things. It's like Terry said, there seems to be a boom of all kinds of coffee companies coming out. A lot of it is these drive-throughs. If anybody remembers the old um, photo booths, drive up, get a coffee, and off you go. So, um, and I
Correct.
see that industry somewhat in the next, maybe not this year, next year, whatever, ending up like the brewery side. I work with breweries. I work with a guy that sells chemicals to the breweries. And what has happened in that industry is a lot of breweries have closed or have been bought up by bigger chains. Because what happens is you get to the point where a lot of these beers taste the same. So, um, you know, I guess we can't really hit one thing. It's sort of like we're in a strange time right now as far as business. I've seen my business go up and down, and I just deal with it and just keep moving and just trying to find different opportunities. So that's kind of what I see out there.
You know what's amazing, and especially the restaurant industry? As soon as one place closes, there's two trying to get into that location with a different
Hmm.
concept. And what I'm seeing now is, and there's a reason the coffee business is like that, what Brian was talking about is is growing now. And there's another market that's growing, and it's the taco restaurant business. And I think that the reason for that is it's a very limited menu. It's limited. The supply chain is limiting, so it's easy to manage,
Hey,
and
Howard.
there's big profit in it.
So Howard, I'm gonna chime in on that because I mean, we have a very, and I know that down in South Florida, you have a very large Hispanic community, but it's mainly, it's, a lot of Puerto Ricans, a lot of Cubans, and I'm sure you have a lot of Latinos, like, from Mexico, so on and so forth. What's real big here are the food trucks. But I want to go back to your taco thing because we just got our very first Del Taco ever in the state of Alabama. Okay.
Lucky.
Del Taco. Okay.
Yep, they're based in Irvine, California.
But here's the interesting thing, Howard. When I was growing up, there were Del Tacos all over Atlanta. Okay. And all they served was tacos. Here, they serve hamburgers with the tacos. So your comment on the limited menu is true in certain aspects, but who would ever thought that Taco Bell would start selling breakfast?
Yeah.
They didn't open up till 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning to serve lunch,
Yeah.
and they stay open till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. But I don't go to a taco stand to get a hamburger. I go to a taco stand to get a burrito, a taco, a chalupa. I don't go there to get a hamburger, and I don't understand the concept of introducing something that just doesn't belong.
Rick,
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, I know here in Atlanta, Taco Bell is selling chicken nuggets now.
Yeah, they're doing it here too. I mean, it's like, what's the point? I mean, all they're doing is, here's the thing. In my industry, I have to learn how to do certain things that people haven't done yet. If you're having to copy other types of restaurants, that means those other restaurants are doing something right. Okay? Stick to one thing that you know you do well. Don't try and introduce crap because the street down the restaurant down the road's doing it. I mean, I don't go to Kentucky Fried Chicken to buy a taco. They don't sell burritos. They may sell a wrap, but that's not a burrito. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I'm not going to go to a taco stand and get chicken nuggets. I'm going to go to McDonald's and get chicken nuggets or Chick-fil-A.
Well,
I'll tell you why they do that, Rick. I'm sorry, Howard. The reason that they do that, and I've read a lot of articles and I get a lot of releases, the reason that they do that is because the people that are going there, they have a family. Well, the children don't want chicken. They want a burrito. Okay, now they can get a burrito at the same place without having to go to the place down the road. That's why they're doing it. And they're very inexpensive. Anybody going to those places are looking for a bargain. You're probably not going to find too many bargains anymore. And like the chains that are closing, like you were all talking about restaurant chains, those chains, many of them are very old. They've been around forever. They're being replaced by the newer, hipper, more, college, preppy chains that kids want to go to. It's different now, like Romano's Macaroni Grill, they're closing. You've got a lot of the Smoky Bones, you've got a lot of the Darden concepts, but then they go in and buy something else, like Darden has Ruth Chris Steakhouse now. So it's the chains that are closing. A lot of them are ones that have been around forever, being replaced by the newer food menu items and the newer things that kids want to try. They don't want to go to the places that their parents went to. So they're not doing that well. And that's why. And there's always somebody behind them ready to buy. Like Steve said, there's always somebody ready to buy. And I get these news releases all day long, every day.
I mean, Terry, I understand what you're saying is, when you have a family and you don't want to go to 3 or 4 different restaurants, but I can't tell you the amount of times that I've seen somebody go to a Chinese restaurant and they bring McDonald's or Burger King in with them.
No.
Because their kids don't eat Chinese, so they bring this McDonald's or the Burger King in, because they don't want it, because the parents are like, I've seen it. They do it.
You got to be kidding.
No, they do it.
They don't do
it. You made a comment earlier about restaurants copying other restaurants. And years ago, Ed will remember this, I think back in late 80s.
Ed will remember.
It's still around. The self-serve yogurt places, there were tons of them all over the place, with 24 machines.
Yeah.
So you can walk around and make your own yogurt company.
Mountain. I don't know if y'all have
And
that.
that was
Yeah,
not open.
we had one in Johns
How many
Creek.
left now?
Yeah.
They're gone. They're gone. It's like, so Howard, somebody comes up with this great concept of self-serve yogurt, but for some reason it just doesn't catch on. I remember a Friday outing. My mom and dad, my sister and I, we'd go to Po Folks for dinner, which is gone. And then right behind there was a TCBY. We made an evening out of it. You can't find TCBYs anymore. Baskin Robbins they're closing a lot of their stores.
Yeah.
They're opening
They're
one
doing
here.
self-serve wine.
Self-serve wine.
Self-serve wine. And I was even at a restaurant years ago where you sat at a table and there was a beer tap
They
in
still
the
have,
table.
they're all over. Yeah. Yeah. They have them.
Rick, a lot of this stuff like TCBY, they were fads that you ride the boom and the boom goes out. And
Right.
that happens in the culinary industry all the time.
Yes.
This food is hot, so everybody jumps into that and it slowly dies.
Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to say.
But one thing that hasn't died yet is Domino's and Papa John's. They will still deliver the pizza.
Well, I think that's because simple pizza is, I don't like restaurants as a whole for people to buy unless you're a restaurateur. But if you're going to buy something, an Italian restaurant really works. They don't seem to go away. No one expects it to be fabulous food,
Right.
and it's comfort food. And it's the same thing with breakfast and lunch places. No one expects them to be fine dining restaurants, so people just go. It's the fancy places, the whether I guess it's true because like the ice cream places, they're all, they were fads for a while and they go away. And I think that you want to stay away if you go into the restaurant business from fad kind of products. But along the since we were talking earlier about Mexican food, I went to the franchise show a couple of weeks ago, and what fascinated me was there was a Mexican restaurant franchise that's coming out of Chile. And yeah, I couldn't believe it. And they sort of moved north. And I think they haven't opened up a restaurant. I asked them if they opened up a location in Mexico. And they said no, but they want to open up in the United States. I'm shaking my head to myself. I'm saying to myself, you want to open up a Mexican restaurant and you're coming out of Chile as if somehow people in Chile know something about Mexican food.
Why
Just-
Well, hey, let me, Steve, based on that, we have several Chinese buffets up here. Okay. And very rarely do you see anybody Chinese working there. They're all Hispanic.
Well, yeah, I mean, because the Chinese have stopped coming into the country that do that kind of stuff anymore. But you're right. But
Guys, I got to drop off. I'll talk to you guys next week or 2 weeks. I'm out of town next week.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll reach out to you. I'm talking to Ed about this Golden Corral, maybe something. They own about 6 in Florida and 6 in Georgia. It's called Metro Corral. I'll get you the point of contact. Maybe might be something there for you.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Let me officially end the meeting. We can keep talking, but hold on a second. Thank you all for coming. If you want to give us a call, give us a call at 561-620-8888. Have a great weekend, and let the sauce be with you. And don't forget, next week, on the 20th of June, is a combined meeting at 10 a.m. with a special speaker.
Who's the special speaker?